Welcome back. This is the Morning Crossfire, 95.1 Nigeria Info Abuja. I am Gabriella. It's time to get into the headlines to see what the headlines are saying this morning. It's 6:32 a.m., so let's get started.
Hot and fresh off the press, these are the front pages.
Today on the headlines, we've got the Punch newspapers, we've got the Leadership, Daily Trust, Vanguard newspapers, and The Guardian. We're going to kick things off with the Punch newspapers. On the front pages, consumers oppose minister on 20-hour power supply claim. FG raises teams to avert ASU strike. October 1 protests, policeman, flashpoints, APC, opposition clash. Oba Aromolara, Life and Times of the Scholar. Nasarawa woman nabbed for stealing infant during christening. 17 governors raise minimum wage panels. Still on the Punch, Dangote to transport refined products by sea, says official. And finally on the Punch newspapers, Naira for crude deal begins Tuesday, says Tinubu panel. These and many more stories you'd find on the Punch newspapers. Moving on to the Leadership, October 1 protests. Hold dialogue with protesters now, CSOs tell Tinubu. Arawa groups want Matawale to remain as defense minister. Blank laws can't sustain LG autonomy, says Ndume. Tinubu appoints Tegbe as DG, China-Nigeria Strategic Partnerships. Nobody has monopoly of violence, Wike tells Fubara. Imo SDG rejects LG poll results, threatens legal action. Stop powerful politicians from hijacking legislature, Clark tells Akpabio. And finally on the Leadership, Anambra LG polls, LP drags, ANSIEC, INEC, IGP, 15 orders to court over fake candidates. Let's move on now to what the Daily Trust is saying this morning. On the front pages, Nigeria Daily, what to expect from President Tinubu's Independence Day speech. LG poll, uncertainty in Rivers PDP as Fubara's allies defect to APP. Navy decries hostility from Benue host community. Still on the Daily Trust, Abdul Salami to chair NAN's international lecture on security. Governor Sani settles 347 land disputes in Kaduna, provides 203 alternative plots to claimants. How CBN raised interest rates by 850 basis points in 7 months. You'd find that story on the Daily Trust. And finally, Israel pounds Lebanon after killing Hezbollah chief. These and many more stories you'd find on the daily newspapers, on the Daily Trust newspapers this morning. Let's move on to what the Vanguard newspapers are saying this morning. October 1, police deploy in states as organizers insist on protests. High cost of transportation forces workers to resign from jobs. Court nullifies Edo government's revocation of Izeyamu's land. Constitution review, senators unite on LG autonomy, divided on state police. Unease as Edo government, Shaibu differ over alleged plot to resume duty. Electoral process in Nigeria deliberately complicated to allow manipulation, says Undume. You'd find a story on the Vanguard. All my opponents put together cannot defeat me, Wike boasts. Electoral offences. Obey court judgment or face contempt charge, Serap tells INEC chair. October 1, drum of nationwide protests beats again. And finally, on the Vanguard newspapers, residents shun Anambra LGA polls as commercial drivers defy movement restriction. These and many more stories you'd find on the Vanguard. And finally, on the Guardian newspapers this morning, Serap Action Aid demand INEC's prosecution of bribery offences against governors, deputies. I can't donate my kidney, liver to be loyal to anybody, says Fubara. How NDIC managed liquidation of 651 banks, financial institutions. NICOM tasks insurers on FG's $1 trillion GDP target. Self-defense by communities, another pointer to state police. You'd find the story on The Guardian this morning. 96% of SMEs struggling under inflation control policies, economists warn. Give Tinubu more time to fix economy, APC begs. Over 20 million die yearly of heart diseases, says Cardiac Society. And finally, on The Guardian, Dangote advances CNG investment for economic growth. These and many more stories you'll find on The Guardian newspapers this morning. And now it's time for your reactions. Call in live 0700-951-0000 or 0809-597-4869. You can also call or send a message on WhatsApp to 0809-993-0137. Remember, we're streaming live on YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja, as well as on Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. Do well to turn on the volume on your radio when you call. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Where is Reverend?
He's going to be on Hello Abuja. What's happening, Abuja, at 9 a.m.?
All right. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. You're welcome.
This is Pastor Michael Chimoke.
Go ahead.
People gearing up to go to court in Imo State on the election that happened in Imo State, local government election. The president has given the power for local government autonomy. And what happened in Imo State and other places, is it what we are seeing by manipulating the election? Is that how it's going to work? Hey, APC, they are destroying this country. APC is destroying this country by pushing for one-party state. One-party state is what APC is pushing to us, and it's not working. They are using force to rule people. Away from that, Israel and the Arab countries, the war cannot stop until Israel knows what is happening to them. There is no point destroying people, killing people. You must know what is happening to you before you free yourself from the problems you have gotten into yourself.
All right.
To yourself. You and Arab world. I stop there.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning, my sister.
Good morning. You're welcome.
My name is Felix Fortune, calling from Matama.
Go ahead.
Yes. We can say, put all his enemies together. They cannot match him. It's true now. It's true. At least They have seen it. Damakun, I think we wanted to remove Damakun as chairman of PDP, national chairman. They could not. When I come back as contesting for Imo State governor, he could not make it. I think we did everything to stop him. He could not. And they are all wicked boys. You see, when we talk to everybody, knows the protect interest of PDP. Last weekend, it was election in Enugu State. It was cleared by PDP. I don't know why this platform, everybody is always protecting APC. Is it not the PDP that killed them?
All right. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. You're welcome.
Yeah, Charles speaking from EC2.
Go ahead.
There was a headline of Abu Salam Abubakar heading one peace talk organization, one particular committee. The question I want to ask, this Abu Salam Abubakar, anytime there is election, he has always been the chairman of peace, whatever. This peace is running around everywhere. Why the whole north is being swallowed by the bandits? Even in Niger State, where he comes from. I want to ask, is it not a saying that a charity begins at home? This peace. Can't he start even from Niger State and find out where this trouble and banditry is? No, I don't understand though. Maybe somebody should call and put more light, because I don't understand. You see him gallivanting everywhere in the name of peace. And why everywhere they go to sign this peace agreement, there is equity, there is reason of election, there is no injustice, there is no equity, there is reason of it, and you want peace in such a place. Anywhere there is injustice and inequality, you can never find peace. If you want to bring God from heaven, you can't find peace.
All right.
Or such organization. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much as well. Let's get on to your calls on WhatsApp. Good morning. Okay. Do also call back. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, Bebena. How are you?
I'm very well. Good morning. You're welcome.
Yes. How is your colleague, Mr. Itodo?
He's well.
Yes. Abubakar calling for Selega this morning.
All right, Abubakar, go ahead.
Protest in October 1st. I give warning to the protest that they should be very careful. This is our country. We cannot destroy our country. We know what protest means. Some group of people will go to the street, vandalize people's property, and what they suffer. The government provided for them. They are the one who suffer to provide their earnings. So I think anywhere that you are in your shop, someone is coming to vandalize your property, to take your belongings away. Look for sharp objects to protect yourself.
Okay, we're not encouraging for any form of violence in whatever form, for whatever reason. So no, but thank you very much for calling. Let's take some messages on Facebook. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja, as well as on YouTube. On Facebook, Mazu John Lasisi from Buhari says, the ministers and those in government should learn the truth and do the truth. 24-hour power supply, where in Nigeria, even we that were forced on the so-called Band A do not see light 24 hours. God is watching, he says. Ozo Omaga Namani, watching live from Enugu State, says, good morning, Gabriella. Mr. President should fix our refineries, revise subsidy policy, overhaul the petroleum sector, and diversify Nigeria's economy to ameliorate the plights of Nigerians. May God help us. Moving on, still on Facebook, Dr. Mrs. Ma Olebara from Owerri says, sad that at 64, we are still recycling spent and uninspiring persons in opportunities and appointments. They are busy regenerating themselves, attempting to outlive and surpass their offsprings, trying to accumulate more wealth and accolades. The falcon can no longer hear the falconer. Nigeria is no longer at ease. Governance became a trial by error affair. Nigeria's existence became one of sleeping with one eye open and cat and mouse relationships, she says. Let's get back to the phone lines. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Beautiful you. Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well. How are you?
All right. My name is Mrs. Omeza. I want to tell FCT Minister, I hear your number one. People are praising you. Well done. But you see, when they are doing party and you have a dog, he knows smell bone, he go say no reach. I better remember the people of Buhari so that we too will join Gwagwalada people and people in town to celebrate you.
All right.
Remember that some people were there before you and some people will be there after you. Don't boast on nothing. It's no good. For now, you are shining. Tomorrow, you will not be there. Quickly, a bag of rice is now 100,000. A motor of beans, brown beans, is 4,000 naira. 1, 2, 3, 4. White beans, 35. I tell God, beg you, where will they go? See, I will conclude by telling you. Yesterday, I went to town. Somebody just said, you are too staying in Buhari. You took me to town. I saw people selling Nigerian flag. That small one that, tomorrow is 1st October, we are going to people not agree, but I stop. You know me, I'm a bit curious. I saw, how much? He said 500. I said 200. He do. He said, Madam, I never sell this money. I said, why? He said, no. That when he was selling Labour Party flag, he sold it, but now I don't know. You know why? I didn't say anything. The person that was taking me around knew why I was happy. Where is our patriotism? Who know it now go buy flag, put for inside motor? Please let me, you know there's not, you soon tell me it's okay. Look at it, a bag of rice, 50 kg, I'm not telling you of the one you buy in the north, like 100 plus maybe, 50 kg, 100,000 banga. And they say they increase minimum wage. Civil servants don't even know what they increase, whether it's 40,000, they don't understand. I beg you in the name of God, we want peace. Somebody said there will not be peace in a place if there's no justice. I beg you, Mr. President, I beg, tomorrow, remember us. I beg.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. On Facebook, Yahaya M. Adams says, good morning, Angel Gabriela, watching you live in Jos. Stop powerful politicians from hijacking. And I say it will not work in this part of the world. Crude in Naira sales begins tomorrow. We are waiting to see the difference. Josiah Oba says, give Tinubu more time to fix the economy. APC, this is a recurring advice, but for how long, he's asking. Shaibu Misa says he's watching live from Kuje in the Federal Capital. Thank you very much for sending that in. You can still watch us live on YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja. And on YouTube, Asu Peter says, good morning, Gabriela, give Tinubu more time to... Okay, he says this should have been a different headline. Asupita, I see your message. Milan Data Tarfa says, October 1 protest, and it's now the government who wants to sit with protesters after giving the government a month notice. What is wrong with the government protesting for what is for tomorrow? May God help us. All right, Milan, thank you very much for sharing. Back to the phone lines, 0700-951-0000. or 0809-597-4869. Good morning.
Good morning, Gabriela.
You're welcome.
Paul from Lokogoma.
Go ahead, Paul.
Yes, the issue of Tinubu's speech yesterday, tomorrow, what will be expected of him? Nothing. There's nothing. Just rhetoric. Empty speeches. We have started, we have held this over years, over decades. Since 1960, every independence, every democracy day, every new year. And my dismay is that even the media houses we go, after the speech, we go analyzing, talking about things. At the end of the day, nothing will come out. You just organize speech. And then the people will relax. And then you will never talk anything about subsidy. Look, whatsoever language Tinubu will speak to us, without removal of subsidy, talking about subsidy is going and people are wallowing in poverty. Buying a model of peas, locally produced peas, 3,500. Then you have nothing. All that will tell us will be magic jam.
All right.
What we have already concluded. And then these politicians have nothing to offer. Let us go for out. Everybody should go out for the protest tomorrow.
Well, how about having some faith? it's understandable that, based on past experiences, there is very little expectation. But what if? I mean, you just never know what has been in the plans. The president has also come out to say several times that, look, give us some time. There's a lot of things that we're working on behind closed doors. What if, I'm just saying, what if we hear that speech tomorrow and we're able to, glean in some hope for a better tomorrow? He's already said that subsidy is gone, really. But how can the government help to ease the impact of the subsidy removal is a better conversation to have. Let's take some more comments on Facebook and we head on to WhatsApp shortly. This says, Mr. President should explore every possible means to address the spate of kidnapping, banditry, abduction, killings, and other forms of insecurity in this country. As Teaching Time saves 9, which way Nigeria, may God help us. Also Francis and Namani send that in from Amagunze. And Peter Asu says, okay, good morning. Thank you for sharing. Babalola Oladipupo says, Mama the dollar pounds of Abuja, welcome to an exciting week. Seeing you live and direct, wishing you a blessed day. All right, thank you, Babalola. Oba Foreign says, Nigerians have endured enough. Good morning. God's Will Chedu says, is the planned protest still going to happen? That's an interesting question. All right, so we'll take a final call and we'll take a quick break for the news at 7. Good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, do well to call back. Let's take some messages now on WhatsApp. Let's see. Africa from Yanya says, I beg your pardon. I lost that message, sadly. This one here says, nothing go date the speech tomorrow. Okay. Let's move on now. Danjuma Eagle says, good morning, Nigeria Info. The protests is welcome. Buying a liter of fuel at 1,000 naira by Nigerians was not part of the promise for Nigeria. The founding fathers of this country were not radical to that extent, he says. Good morning, Gabriela. APC begs Nigerians to give Buhari more time to fix our economy. 8 good, wonderful years, and nothing for the Buhari government, and nothing came out of it. Here we go again, begging Nigerians to give Tinubu more time to fix our economy. 1 year gone. Tinubu cannot give us what he does not have. Don't be deceived by the mere rhetorics, because there is nothing to expect. They're all the same. That's from Emeka from NNPC TARS. All right, good morning.
Gabriel, very quick, before you close, Prophet Michael Chumuke, on what you said on having faith, spiritually, Nigeria is not working.
Okay, we can't take any more. We have to go right now. At 7 o'clock, the news, and right after, we'll continue. Don't go away.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
This is Nigeria Info.